Hey, how's it going, everybody? Before we get into the video, if you want to support me in this channel and want to pick up some sick play mats, you can check out Nen Garden, link in the description. I have an affiliate link for them and also a coupon code, Straw Hat Pecan, for 5% off. Works on top of their other coupons, like their buy one get one classic mat 40% off, right? So you can pick out a couple of mats, use coupon code Straw Hat Pecan, get an additional savings, right? I've used the Shanks one for a while. I also have my TCG Player affiliate link in the description. If you guys are going to be buying any cards, anything off of TCG Player, clicking that link just helps support me. But let's get into it. I've got Bonney here testing out the 8-cost Rosinante. I've loved this card because I've played Bonney since like set 7, right? I love green. It's very fun for me. Rosinante, he's been good, you know, Coruscant, for when there was a lot of black and removal in the meta, because he helps protect our 5-drops, right? Which primarily was Cavendish before. Now we have Smoker. Carrot's really good into current meta still. So the fact that he plays one out and also protects it can be pretty good. And also, something else I've been saying is that a lot of people complain about how strong 8-cost Kid is. Because green seemed very popular and a really good pick, with Ice Age getting hit, Black Yellow Luffy being hit, even though Black Yellow Luffy was an okay-ish matchup for a bit for us, right? Everyone immediately teched in answers to 8-cost Kid. Power reduction, removal still pretty good, right? A lot of answers to it. So we can't as easily just rely on 8-cost Kid in a lot of matches. You know, especially with Shanks being such a popular pick and having so many options to just remove it, reduce its power, something like that. It can be hard to defend, especially if they make him like 5k power or even 3k power, right? So having another alternative for those type of matchups, while still having this for matchups where he's still really good. You know, yellow losing Rygo means, you know, even though yellow also, and now specifically, wasn't that bad of a matchup for us before, you know, we still can use 8-cost Kid effectively in a lot of matches. And you'll see in this list, I have removed Zoro. Zoro, very good card, sticks pretty well in a lot of times. However, we have also really good options for other end game boss monsters. And Zoro was really good into Blackbeard and Green Mirror matches. Again, we have other options now. I'd still say that getting out our 5 costs are one really good win condition. We have really strong 5 costs in the meta right now. So yeah, I'm eager just to test it out. Seeing 3 copies, I think, is fine. More and more, it just misses the day where we had the dual searchers, but we have too many things we bottom deck, right? Without that. Let's see how it goes. I'll go over the list really quickly if you're not familiar with Bonney and some of the cards. 5 life green leader. When your opponent attacks, you can rest a Dawn, rest one of their leader characters. So being able to delay, you know, your opponent's aggression by removing one of their swings, really good. Cavendish is a 5/6/1 on play when attacking. If there's no other Cavendish and your leader's supernova, you restand to rested Dawn is active. Really nice, and that's why he is huge target for removal and why Rosinante protecting it can be pretty good. There's a combo I'll go into that I've long since thought about that I want to pull off that will kind of help protect the board. Also, key cards to also mention is this Luffy. He is supernova, so he's searchable. This was primarily used back when Lucci was like huge pick. Still is. Lucci's still pretty good, even though he got hit. But, you know, it depends. I think if Luigi comes back, maybe could make space for a couple copies. Who knows? We got Scratchman of Pooh, 1 cost, 2k counter, rest a 2 cost or lower character. Pretty nice for some chump blockers, right? Or, you know, any small character that you need to get rid of. 8-drop Kid, 2 copies because he's searchable, right? I've long only used like 3 copies in the deck at the max. 2 copies pretty much also feels fine for the most part. 8/8, no counter. Dawn times 1 on your opponent's turn. If this character is rested, they can't attack anything other than characters named uses Captain Kid. And then active main, you can play a 3-cost character from hand by resting this as a cost. Then we have 2 of the 10 drops. I've seen some lists even cut the 10 drop. I think it's, debatable. It's a flex spot for sure in terms of ratios. There's a lot of matches where he's still really good. And with an additional character that restands a Don, it means that we can more safely use the 10 drop, right? Long are a lot of times where you have the 10 drop, but nothing else to restand a Don, so you don't get the leader building. I've seen some people put in 1 copy of the Arouge blocker. I think that's probably fine for like 1 copy. Honestly, I mean, for the purpose, you could probably cut 1 Bardo if you're already going like a reduced focus on the 8 cost kid. Maybe taking out 1 Bartolomeo for an Arouge could be pretty good. Debatably, I just want to try 1, but I want the focus to be on this mainly right now. Yeah, so 10 drop on play, freeze 3 of your opponent's leader characters that are rested. They won't become active in the next refresh phase. And then he is a big boss monster, 10 cost, 10k power. Then we got the Rosinante that I've talked about, 8 cost, 8k power, no counter. Opponent's turn, if this character is rested, your active characters with an original cost of 5 cannot be KO'd by effects. So really good for removal. KO by effects includes, black decks, red decks if they're going to play like a Rayleigh. And then also on play, you can rest this character, play 1 green character with a cost of 5 from your hand. This was obviously, which also is a really cool little bit of, anime throwback, right? This was obviously intended for this 5 cost Law, and the fact that he plays him out and then also protects him is really nice. No spoilers or anything, but I feel like, that was vague enough, hopefully. Don't get mad at me, but it was in the game, right? That's the whole point. This interaction, play that out. We got the Rosinante 2 cost blocker that opponent's turn, if one of your rested green characters would be KO'd, you may instead trash this card. Really good blocker. Hody, of course, I always love keeping max amount of Hody. This is the card that I really feel helps me in green mirror matches. And also, I really like it in Blackbeard because I don't think that Blackbeard needs to be turning off your on plays before 10 Dawn, right, for your boss monsters. But if they do, then we get to play out Hody. He still has rush because that is not like a gains rush, he just has it. So it's a 7-8 rush that lets us be really aggressive. Then we got Bartolomeo, 3 cost blocker, can cheat out with Kid. Your turn, if a character is rested from one of your own effects, draw 1, then trash 1. This includes searchers like the Bonney that rests herself. If you have this out before you play out Kid, or even Rosinante, them resting themselves does activate that. Or if Hody rests something, right? And then we have Carrot. And also the fact that he's a 4k power blocker does help a little bit for removal, specifically with Mulgun, right? Because Mulgun has the secondary ability to KO a 2k power or less character. So this would ensure that if they use Mulgun's ability to reduce Kid, they can't pop the Bardo without some other kind of effect that would reduce him by 2k. Then we have Carrot, 5/6/1. On play when attacking, one of your opponent's rested cost 7 or less characters won't become active. This really helps in aggro matches. And then we got the Smoker, 5/7, banish, and then activate main, restand 1 Dawn, then you can't restand Dawn through effects for the rest of the turn. Obviously, you would want to swing with Cavendish first if you had it, or play it out, right? And then also that 7k Stallin's really nice. We got Tashigi, a 2k counter, 3 cost, 4k power. If one of your other green characters would be, other than Tashigi, would be removed from play one of your opponent's effects, you may instead rest this character. Super good to protect from, blue removal or bounce effects. Then we got our Searcher for Supernova. Bonney just rests herself in a Dawn. Look at top 5. We got Scratch Him in a Pooh 2k counter. 2 cost, Dawn times 1 when attacking, rest one of your opponent's Dawn cards. Really good to rest if like you're going against purple and they have 1 Dawn open for Gum Gum Giant. If you happen to have played this out a turn before, right, you can swing with it this turn. Super nice to rest that Dawn so they can't, use that counter event. Really good. Then we have the Shanks, 9 cost, 11k power. on play, KO one of your opponent's rested characters. I do really like this for the Red Shanks matchup, but I'm hoping that this helps us a little bit too in that kind of regard. So we'll see. And then we have 2 0-cost events. Trash a card from your hand, get plus 3,000 power. Yeah, so we'll see. I like the list, the idea, the concept. The thing I had in my mind is that on like 8 Dawn, you can play this out, play out Cavendish. That restands 2 Dawn. You can play out a Rosinante. That Rosinante will then protect the rested other Rosinante, right? If they were going to KO that. So if you have these 3 out on the board and you had just played that out, he's active. This Rosinante protects your active one, right? So they want to KO this first. But if they want to KO that first, they have to KO this first, because this would protect that Rosinante. So it'd be a commitment to KO a 2-cost character, which is not that hard, right? But does take some resources. And then they have to get rid of this just to get rid of your Cavendish. And then if you're on 9 Dawn, of course, because we do kind of want to go first in this type of a meta, and we have a pretty good, strong 5 Dawn curve, right, with all these 5-cost characters. On 9 Dawn, you do all that same play, and you still have 1 Dawn open for leader ability, making it even harder to get rid of this Rosinante. Again, power reduction does hurt that a lot because he's rested. If they can just minus him by like 3k by like a building snake, for example, or even playing out a Rayleigh, it's a lot harder to defend 5k, right? But, you know, we're 5 left leader running 12 2ks, a lot of 1ks still, a couple of 0 costs. So yeah, that's the list. Let's get into it. I just kind of want to test this out, see how it goes, and yeah, let me know what you think. All right, we got Lim. We get to take first. I think this is actually pretty good with the Shanks. Because that can just get rid of a Zoro. We'll pass. Probably just swing 7 at whatever they play out. Or if they, no. Yeah. So can't. So we'll just swing 7 at them. And we'll pass. See what they play out. Searcher, okay, not as bad. They'll be able to restand it. I mean, we can at least use this on there, so they have to choose whether or not to use it on this, or, you know, then we can swing there and get rid of that, which is nice. Okay. We'll poke 5 there, get some counter. And what did they pick up from the search? A 2k. Okay. So we'll play out Smoker, use Smoker's ability, restand 1, and pass. We don't really have a good turn next turn. Honestly, this is a lot of 2ks and a blocker. It's like we're looking for an 8-cost kid, but we don't have it. We'll take that, rest your leader. Okay, Carrot's really good. Unfortunate that he's probably going to just restand stuff, but maybe depending on what he plays out. Who knows? Nami, okay. I mean, that's not the worst for this turn because we can just play out the Carrot, right? Another Nami, what the heck? Okay, but that's a lot of 2ks out of your hand, I'll be honest. Now Lim can restand herself, and, you know, you can use this to restand the Sabo, so, you know. Might have saved one for next turn for sure. Yeah. We'll just poke 5 at your life. They take. We'll poke 7 banish. Because they didn't really send me off anything unless it was you know. Because I still can play out a 5-drop and also keep 1 open for leader building. So that really, maybe keep 1 for the next turn, because now I can use Shanks. But they're going to probably restand the Sabo with this. Get the new gate. They can rest this, but they can't pop anything. And I have a lot of counter to defend. And I kind of want to keep this in hand anyway for a like Zoro and audio coming out. Okay. We'll go rest your limb. I think we'll take another 2K. What the heck? I mean, cool. We can defend our board. 4 Don, do they play out like a 3 cost or anything? Or just go 8? Okay, at just 2K? 1 Don open for what? Wait, no. I don't know. Okay. Dude, Hody would be great right now. Hody would be fantastic. I feel like I just play this out to get it, but I can just keep it rested too. I could play out like 2 blockers and swing big. I think that's actually better. Like, fair enough, right? 1 Don open. What is that for? I don't know any counter events in green. Let's swing 7 banish first. They also don't have any blockers. If they just take this and I can split. Oh, okay. It was just a counter event. That's fair enough. I mean, yeah, just free 4K. Fair. Yeah, I don't really want to swing play out the Shanks because we can just get rid of that, you know. And then playing out like 3 blockers is good enough. Right, 6 Dons, that's 2 blockers. By swinging 7, we can play out Rosinante and our Bartolomeo. They counter out, and then that keeps 1 Don open for... actually, I'm stupid. Keeps 1 Don open for leader building. So we could have swung 8, which would have guaranteed, I guess, maybe that they take. So they have at most 3 swings, right? Because we rest 1 of them, and then we just have to block out a 1 and we live here. No audio either or a blocker. Ooh, so that is 4 swings, right? With that, they already... I don't think they use leader ability. They just use for 3 Don. So let's rest that and give 1K. They drew, we don't know what they drew into. Mihawk, restand. I mean, doesn't get the draw again, but does another swing. 7, and we can just counter 2 again. And then they have 3 Dom. Maybe they play out a Rosinante blocker. Or do they just go 8? Honestly, we can probably just block out. But, I mean, we got counter. I think this is probably GG. I think we just go 9. Banish. And no blockers, so yeah, GG. We got Zoro losing dice rolls a lot today. Feels rough for sure. We lose, we go second. We're gonna mulligan. Carrot, nice. Okay, so pretty decent in that we get to play out Searcher Bonney. Kind of delays his swings at me for a bit. Actually, no, he can just swing Correja there. That is what it is. At least we have a lot of blockers. I'll probably take I want to take the Cavendish. Obviously, I want to take the Cavendish. But I need 2K counters here. Because that was so many of my 2K counters that bottom decking them all reduces my likelihood of finding more 2K counters, whereas that was just 1 Cavendish. Makino. Okay, he could just be pushing on my life here, honestly. Because that's a big swing to just do it. Not my life. I guess he's just ignoring the searchers. That's fair. Hey, there's Cavendish. 4 Dawn. We'll search. Pick up a Cavendish. So 1k counter. We'll swing 5 there. Get rid of that. And if he's not going to swing at my searchers, then I'm going to play out another searcher. Pick up the kid. And pass with 1 dot open. So that means he can only get rid of one of them or swing at my life once. Unless he plays out a rush card. So hopefully we can survive a bit. Plays out another Kureha. Picks up a chopper. The blocker chopper. Not great for me. But if he plays it out, we do have a couple of turns to get rid of it, right? We'll take that. We'll probably honestly not even swing with our searchers. Let's get rid of a Kureha. I could have poked 5 of life. Because I want to play this out. I probably poke 5 of life, freeze the Kureha, right? But it is what it is. I don't know if he's debating saving it. I mean, you could block, give a 2k, but let's go. I want to freeze this so my kid is allergies. I want to freeze that chopper, so I need to keep up an Adon in case he doesn't want to swing with it. But he is going hard with the Makinos. So definitely 2 swings coming at me, but I do need to get rid of that chopper. So let's use card effect. Boom. Take. Hody, huh? So next turn, we do have to play out a blocker. Probably search with both of ours and just swing at his board, clear it, and freeze that chopper. 8. Oof. 3 Dawn for what exactly? I kind of want to stay. I respect the Jambe. I respect the Diablo Jambe. Right. Ah, all right. Well, no more chopper. Another chopper. Let's go 6 of Kureha, freeze that chopper. Cool. Go 5 at 0. Cool. We'll draw Bardo. So we'll play out Bartolomeo and then search with Bonney. Get another 2k, and then we get to cycle out a Rosinante, probably. Hody could be good. We have 2 of them. Just a dead card. Let's go another blocker. So 2 blockers. Got rid of, he only has 1 swing minus any rush. And we can kind of protect anything on our board. Honestly, at this point, I would love to have a Cavendish out earlier, but, is what it is. Here, I'm going to rest his leader and probably just block. Keep that up. If he rushes out again, we're just going to save it again. We have so many searchers, we can just keep replenishing. Honestly, we can swing big at his board here, clear the 2 things, and I'm just going to block again. Yep. We keep finding our blockers here. I kind of want to play out Cavendish to get more effect, right? And more things to swing with. So we'll play out Cavendish. We can play out another blocker. Let's search. Pick up another 2k. Beautiful. Pick up another Bonney or Cavendish. Let's pick up Bonney. So what do I have? I can go 7. Freeze chopper. And then that's another. I can just go 6. Here. Freeze Zoro, actually. Cool. So he gives up that. And then we can swing 7 at chopper. And oh wait, do I not have another Rosinante? I do. My hand's just too big, honestly. 13 cards. I mean, you got to respect the searchers, right? I mean, I've had him out whole game, so he has 1 swing. I have a blocker. We got rid of 2 of his choppers, so now we can successfully play out our kid. We still have blockers to play off of the kid. But yeah, we've got so much value off of these searchers the whole game. So even though we haven't hit his life once, we can start turning around a lot, given that he probably doesn't have many options to get rid of our carrot. Just Jambe's. If he goes at our board, I can still save it with Rosinante. He goes at our life, we can still save ourselves with kid because he has to target the kid. So we just take, and that's kind of really good. Sorry, sitting up chair. But we're gonna have to trash over one of these. You know, it is what it is. We can still save that. We get to actually find more 2Ks. So even if he minuses, we have an insane amount of counter. We found almost every one of ours. I don't even know where it is. There we are. So play that. Overtime one of them. We'll swing 6, restand 2 Don. Swing 6 just to make sure that we freeze him. And then we swing 5. And then honestly, attach a Don there. Probably cheat out another blocker. I knew there was a Bardo somewhere. Beautiful. So we have 2 blockers, almost every 2K in our tech, 14 cards to defend it. That's why you kind of have to respect those 1-cost, searchers. You can't leave those standing. They're just going to get too much value. Because even if you Jambe now, you still have to swing at the kid. It doesn't allow you to not swing at the kid. And I can still technically block a Jambe by trashing the Rosinante effect. And if he minuses that, then I just get rid of his other swing. It doesn't matter because I blocked that out. Mulligan pops. Again, we can still save our kid and then just go for game this next turn with Hody if he plays out another blocker. He has to attach 2 Don, so he can't play out another blocker. And then I'd say we probably have game with Hody and 5 swings. Did he mulligan the Bardo? I realize. He did. Like, he used the initial effect on it to minus it. I didn't even realize. I was wondering how he KO'd it. I mean, 1 Don open for like a Rad Beam? Yeah, we will just Hody, rest. Attach a Don just in case. We'll go 6, restand 2, so we have 4 Don, 3 Don to work with. We can go 7, 7, 8, 9. Probably get us there. We'll attach a Don, carrot, freezes blocker. He takes. We'll swing 7. And if he counters out here, hopefully these get him. If not, again, we have enough counter to counter out of anything. On top of that, unfortunately, he, I think, miscountered that, but I don't know. It was kind of rough spot. Yeah, we rested that Don for the Rad Beam. Even if he countered out that 7K, he wouldn't have had the counter for the 8 and the 9. So GG. Definitely swing at get rid of the searchers for sure. We got green, yellow, law. Definitely gonna mulligan that. Interesting. We'll play out our searchers. I've been getting kind of lucky. Got 2 games in a row now where we got, hey, that's my play. We're getting 2 searchers. Hopefully we find a kid and more stuff. Definitely pretty good getting, ooh, the killer. I have not seen this. Supernova. Oh, cool. A 3/5 searcher. Pick up Bardo. Swing 5 there. Play another. Interesting. We'll take a 2K counter and pass. So he'll get rid of one of them, and then We don't have really great plays for mid game, so like hopefully one of them stays. Is that 3-5 Zoro? He can gain rush, right? Because I have more life than him, so he could technically swing at both. But then we could also just swing big at the Zoro then, and then he doesn't have that many characters out for lead ability. I don't know. Plays out the Bonney. Okay. Can't use lead ability yet, but doesn't matter because I can't really get through his blocker and like, you know. Right. Swing 6 at one of my searchers. It's gone. At least we keep up 1. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, yeah, we'll just play out the Bardo. Search. Pick up the kid for sure, and then we cycle. Do I get rid of the Rosinante? That was kind of the whole point of this video, and I wanted to try it, but you know, I don't think he's needed as much. We'll swing here. At life, obviously he's going to counter out because he doesn't want to get rid of that he just put there, and also doesn't want to get rid of his blocker because that makes using his leader ability a little bit harder next turn. But you know, he just has to play at 1/5 cost, and he gets there for the requirement. I would say that of all the decks, we'll rest your blocker. Green Yellow, I don't know if he has a great answer to 8-drop kid, and that's why I kind of want to prioritize it here, right? Five done. He could do some crazy plays here with the he could restand his blocker, right? So even resting it doesn't really do as much, you know. Searcher on KO. It's on KO. I didn't realize it's on KO, not on play. So he can play that back out. So establish 2 blockers. Not bad. He doesn't. Interesting. I don't really know what to play here. I'll be honest. This is a weird conundrum. We have like 13 5 costs, a couple more searchers, more blockers even I could play out. I'm about to just swing like 11 at life. It is what it is. He takes, so that's good, I guess. And it also shanks. I kind of want to leave these to respond to his top end, obviously. I could always play out the kid and just leave it standing, because I don't think he has anything to do to get rid of a standing kid, right? And I still want him to hit my life, as I have 5 left, you know. We don't have a Hody either. That would have been a perfect Hody turn to apply pressure to his Law. And life. Swinging 5, then 8 at Law. We don't have any, and we also would have been able to cycle with Hody. Just trashes my life, but it's a blocker, so it's not the biggest hit, I guess. And then that's his whole turn. Does he leave me standing? I might just KO that kid. I'll be honest. I might just KO that kid. Swing 5. Because I don't need to protect, I don't think, from that. Yeah, let's just get rid of that kid. Big 11k body now. I think the kid was a pretty good target. That's like his top end, right? A little bit harder to starve me out when I got a few searchers off early. Got to use one of them twice, you know. Luffy searcher coming out. I still really love this deck. I love like the ability to like bounce back your searchers and reuse them. I think that's really cool. I think he got a lot of support right in like set 11 coming out, so that's really cool. Law is one of my more like favorite characters that's not in the Straw Hats. Let me know what you guys' favorite character is. Does it impact what deck you play? Because Bonnie's not like my favorite character or anything. I just like green, and she was like a really good, strong green leader, especially in set 7. I didn't enjoy like some of the other kind of meta leaders at the time, so that was like, I think we can carrot here for sure. 5 Don, huh? What did he pick up from? He got the Bonney. Okay. Yep, Bonney coming out. He has another Bonney, right? Oh, that's actually really perfect. Let's swing 5 at life. And we'll get to cycle too. Nice. Not that I need to so much, but we'll swing 11. So we can play out 2 bodies. Really cool. Do I need to get rid of my Hody? Do I need my Hody? I don't know. He takes, we'll play out Carrot. Carrot to freeze you. Draw trash. Ooh, Cavendish, really good. I need Kid for sure. Do I need Hody? At this point, I have so much big protection. Man, I could get greedy and trash the other Carrot. 10 drop, 3 dead cards though. A blocker, I think I can, kinda, yeah. All right, and we'll pass. Yeah, we're in a pretty good spot here. 3 decent swings, really good swing. Against 2 blockers. We could honestly just go for game next turn with Hody. We could 10 drop, freeze everything he has. It depends on what he plays out. If he heals, could be a little bit, changing. But then again, we also just have the Kid 10 drop, really good answers to extend the game, and then Hody to finish it off. So that's why I got a little bit greedy. Given that also we'll be able to draw 1, trash 1, regardless of what we play out. If we play out either the Hody or the Kid, So I think that was a pretty good, use case of the Rosinante. It's also nice that it is kind of like it's an 8 drop that we can play out before we need to play out Kid, Especially also like in the in like a green mirror matchup, for example, you're not going to be really swinging at your opponent's life so much, and there goes the law to heal, because your really way to remove your opponent's board is just swinging at it for the most part. So oftentimes you'll get to like 8 to 10 done and still have a lot left over. Here we can, I think I want to freeze it. So let's take, I can freeze his like whole board. 5. He does not want to rest that blocker, or else it'll get hit. Also, I can even pressure it. Here's the turn point. I can pressure it so much too, and keep this with that 11 swing. That gets out a good amount of counter or a blocker. I kind of hope he blocks with like the Bonney, right? This might indicate to him that maybe I don't have the 10 drop. So getting counter out is nice. Punk Gibson. Okay. Rested my blocker. Yikes. Swing here. Rest you. I don't know if I'm really worried about him like splitting with Law and like a Luffy or a Bonney, or even like another if he has like Hody or something, because I have a lot of counter. He takes, we swing, he blocks. Okay, so now his options are splitting between Luffy and Law. Punk Gibson did hurt a bit because we lost our blocker, but we have a lot of 2Ks. Only 3 dead cards out of 10. And 1, 2. Oh, he drops a Kid. Interesting. I think we have enough counter I think we have enough swings to pressure it, even though he has a blocker. He could play out 2 blockers and we'd still, I think, have enough. We might need to play out our own Kid. Maybe? I don't even know. Knowing that he had the Kid in hand, I could have probably gone for game with Hody. I probably should have. That was probably really greedy, but you never know. Okie dokie. He's 1 Dawn open. Let's swing 11 here just to see what he does. Man, that would have... we could have honestly Hody there too. The 3 in hand, we get his Hody. We Hody, get his kid. We still have 3 swings. I think we can successfully Hody. I don't know. Let's swing here. 10. See what he does. Because if we 8 cost, let's see if he has any counter. He does. Okay. Yeah, I think I made a mistake, but I do want to just. I think that it's kind of guaranteed if we just play out our own kid. I don't think we need carrot. Choose a target. We'd cycle out, get a 2K counter, and go here, and we pass. So definitely misplay. I could have definitely gone for game. Hopefully, you know, don't consider me a jerk for extending the game further than it probably needed to, but it technically was a risk, I guess. I don't know. I think we had 2 big swings, you know. Without the 10 drops, these 2, carrot and a Hody, rest 2 of his blockers, we probably had it before he got the kid out. Even if we used the Hody that turn against the kid, we probably would have had it. I have to see how much counter he has. But like I said, I don't think he has a really good answer for our kid. Especially now that I kept his law frozen. And we have way too many 2Ks. And he only has 3 cards in hand. 1 life. If he heals this turn with like another law, plays out like a blocker law off of that could be interesting. We'll just rest that and counter out. 13 to 12. Oh, okay. Hawkins. Interesting. Yeah, sorry to. Probably didn't need to extend in an extra turn, but 2 cards in hand. I think we got it with our board of boss monsters. I apologize if I unnecessarily extended the game. Don't want it to be considered, you know. Anything is a jerk move to like try and win more, but that's not what I was trying to do. GG. But those are the games. Hopefully, you know, even if we didn't get the best use case scenario examples out of the Rosinante, maybe just the theorizing and talking about it and some of the use case scenarios that, you know, we discussed could be enough to, you know, maybe if you're playing Bonney to decide to use him or not, right? He is a tool for us, especially as we adapt to the meta of so many people teching in choices to stop this, right? I'd say this definitely helps us against Shanks and Lucci for sure. And also it does give you just another option of something to play out if you are really healthy and you don't need to play out Kid, you know? And we have so many good 5 drops. You could even maybe make the case that you can up this to 4, just have more to play out off of Rosinante. Don't know. Especially if you do get the Bardo out early with another option of something to rest itself for the Bardo to get you that draw 1, trash 1, which came up a few times for us. You know, getting that Bardo out early can help you filter out your hand. So that is a tool that you have to keep in mind as well. You know, we have a lot of bricks on our deck, yes. However, we have a few ways to cycle those out, get rid of them, and get some counter. And we also do run a lot of, you know, our blockers, our Kid, and Bonney herself as the leader. Being that leader ability is very strong to defend, you know, you can get away with a little bit more bricks in the deck. But yeah, definitely really strong deck for the format. I'm a huge fan of green, so looking forward to playing more Bonney and Jinbei down the line, and, you know, whatever comes. I'm excited. Let me know what you think of the list, if you've been playing Bonney or any other green deck. Smoker, right? I don't know if this fits too much in Smoker, but, you know, it does play out the smoker in that deck too, right? Let me know. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, and hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.